a break, had to go straight off the racetrack, and that has just put Tony Longhurst scot-free home into second spot. It's all happening in the closing stages of this race.
Well, we thought it was the Commodores that were going to have problems with tyres.
Let's have a look at this on the Shell Ultra High replay. Already locking it up as he drops down into Honda corner. Trying to four-wheel it through there. No way in the world. There goes Longhurst through on the inside. Glenn Seaton drops a spot. He's now back to third. How things can change, Dickie Johnson.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Mike. Actually, poor old Glenn, he's been obviously having a bit of trouble locking up brakes for the entire race there. Nearly every lap he's been locking brakes, and he's obviously starting to suffer the penalty with flat-spotted tyre.
You appeared to be in with a real chance early in the race, sitting you picked up Glenn Seaton very quickly, and then all of a sudden it was a case of you got there, but there was no way of going on with it.
Well, actually, it's I think this is going to be more of a tactical race, which has really turned out to be. I was just going to try and sit behind Glenn because I knew he'd be running reasonably quickly, and try and conserve the tyres for the onslaught towards the end of the event. But obviously the turbo took over first.
How did the tyres finish?
Very second-hand, actually. They don't feel all that good. There's a fair bit of tread left on them, but they actually they're very, very slippery indeed.
Well, Jim Richards has been doing all the charging from position 9 through the pack. I just wonder what shape his tyres might be in.
Well, I don't know, but the front of his car we couldn't be looking too good because he hit me up the back that hard. I thought it was a Mack truck.
Yes, we caught that.
Richards has come from 9th position on the grid, and Longhurst from 11th. So the two JPS cars have done extraordinarily well in the race to this point. That's Richards, race leader. Through to the lake corner ahead of teammate Longhurst, and then Glenn Seaton. So let's check the positions for you. Richards, Longhurst, Seaton, the top three, followed by Larry Perkins, then George Fury and Andrew Madecki in round 8 of the Shell Ultra Australian Touring Car Championship at Amaroo. 57 laps completed, 13 remaining, and the view from the JPS airship tells us nobody ain't going nowhere until this one is all over at Amaroo Park. Jim Richards continues to lead teammate Tony Longhurst with Glenn Seaton in the Nissan in third spot, followed in turn by Larry Perkins and George Fury.
I think Perkins has done the job of the Commodore drivers today. He's been very sensible.
He certainly has, Mike. The guy is obviously driving very conservatively and has done since lap 1, and it's obviously showing through sheer consistency that the guy looks as though he'll get to the end.
George Fury just up ahead of Larry Perkins as they go through the lake corner. He passes Alan Grice.
There's not too much Grice you can do about that when you're almost, I guess, on your Yokohama canvas.
Mate, 5/8 to 6/5 to nothing, I think you can do.
So how does the game plan change on, say, a different circuit, like Oran Park for the Grand Final? It's a fairly neutral circuit for everyone.
No, I think it's a pretty neutral circuit. I think you will find that the BMWs could suffer a little bit there because there is a bit of a pull up the hill onto the main straight, and the Nissans also, the turbo cars will come very well up the hill onto the bridge. So I think you'll find it suits the Nissans more so than what it would the BMW.
What about the Shell Cosworth Sierra?
Well, mate, if we get a turbo to hang in, I think we'll give them a fair sort of a fright there because it's a good circuit, and I think you'll find it'll be an excellent race.
I think it'll get a packed crowd. Anyone who talks about live television of an event in the capital city of origin should come along and eat their words today at Amaroo Park Raceway. They are absolutely hanging from the rafters here today, and they've seen a fantastic race.
Well, that's what championships are all about. When you consider that it's going to go down to the wire, I think you'll find that it's a better race. Here's Andrew Madecki's car. It's obviously had an altercation or something.
Just hanging together.
Just hanging together. Actually, that's probably a part that I need after Jim got me.
Well, don't worry, because Tony Longhurst didn't miss Larry Perkins either.
Well, there's bits and pieces falling off everywhere.
I think he threw a Coke can out the door, actually.
Well, it stopped the static electricity, if nothing else. Andrew Madecki in the Oxo Supercube.
Has been black flagged. Righto, Andrew, off you go. You've had your run for the day.
Well, Andrew Madecki may or should actually come into the pits the next time around. Won't be for much, just come in and take the back part off it. The front looks a bit second-hand as well.
It's a bit hard to say what he had an altercation with. Could have been a slower car.
In fact, I think Andrew did get caught up earlier when George Fury eased off the pace for Glenn Seaton to pass him, and everyone backed up behind him. It looks like Madeki goes into the pit area, and it'll be a very quick pit stop indeed. Here comes Madeki. Won't take long for the crew to go rip and tear. Our crew are right there. Selects another one if we can just get going.
Oh, she's got a bit more than a...
No.
Yes, okay, we'll leave that at home, Mum.
Well, that spoiled the broth of the Oxo Supercube.
Yeah, I think that's about a $2,200 ring and pinion by the sound of that.
Well, in for a quickie, but out of the race. Andrew Madeki.
Race leader, Jim Richards, doing it well after coming off 9th position on the starting grid. Now leading as the race unwinds with just 10 laps remaining. Richards for BMW, Longhurst for BMW, Seaton for Nissan Skyline, 1, 2, 3. Fury is 4th, followed by Perkins and Brock in round 8 of the Shell Ultra Australian Touring Car Championship.
Welcome back to Sydney's Amaroo Park Raceway. Lap 64 of 70, round 8 of the Shell Ultra High National Touring Car Championship. The man who runs in 2nd place is Tony Longhurst of Queensland, setting it up beautifully for JPS BMW 1-2 here for round 8 this afternoon. Glenn Seaton still in 3rd place in car number 15.